The ridiculous rumor that Lil Wayne was trampling on an American flag during the shoot of this music video has already been muted, so please don't expect that to be the topic of discussion today. Okay?
Did you hear it?
What up, y'all? Welcome to Pieced Apart. I am your host, Miss Ruby, and I've been vibing to this song, God Bless Amerika by Lil Tunechi, aka Lil Wayne, for the past few days now. What's so different about this song than every other rant by Lil Wayne? Well, other than the style and delivery, everything. This song actually has the kind of substance that makes me feel enriched after hearing it. So, I'm doing things a little bit differently this time by requesting more input from you guys and not breaking down this song line for line. Rather, I'll be breaking it down in pieces and sharing my thoughts on the overall concept. You dig it? So, if there's a line that stands out to you and I don't talk about it, feel free to break it down for us in the comment box below. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give God Bless Amerika a 9, but of course, I'll tell you why at the end of this video. Till then, let's get into these lyrics. So the overall message I get from this, what I think Lil Wayne is trying to communicate, is that America is not what people think it is. A country represented by symbols of peace, freedom, and safety, but is everything but that. It makes me think of the life he had to live and the things he had to go through to come to this place, and oh, how many people probably don't understand because they've never been through it themselves. In verse 1, I feel like he's talking about his mind exploding and him finally getting people's attention as a result. Particularly, he has a line that says, "It's Judgment Day or a fire drill." It's almost like a mockery to the system we've been indoctrinated into. Like in America, the stop, drop, and roll protocol is encouraged in times of danger and fire. And a huge explosion might make people think of the apocalypse. I'm just saying, he kind of smirked in the video when he said these lines, so he could be starting the song off with sarcasm. He ends the verse with the lines, "My country 'tis of thee, sweet land of kill 'em all and let 'em die." Like, who says that? Even further, could it be true? Maybe not entirely, considering we live in a system that does incarcerate people after being found guilty for murder, but it's reasonable to say that same system doesn't interject enough to prevent the murders from happening in the first place. Did you know that in 2012, between the 10 deadliest cities alone, more than 2,100 people were murdered? 2 of those cities are in Louisiana, where Lil Wayne is from. And the #1 city on that list, Flint, Michigan, is considered one of the poorest cities in the nation, which means poverty usually equals crime. My thing is, if the government knows that, why wouldn't there be easier access to authorities in cities like this? And less access to harmful things like guns and drugs. I'm just saying, it's not crazy to believe that if one city can be safe, they all can. Or at least safer. So it makes sense for someone who grew up in a place like this to look around at the continuity of all the people dying unjustly and think, dang, this country is definitely not what people think it is. Now, of course, he has a line that says, "This whole godless America," and I took to Facebook and Twitter to ask people what they thought about this line. So now I ask you, like, our country is so much about the money, it seems that everything else is compromised for it. And I mean everything. From public safety to education, entertainment, religion. But let me know your thoughts. I want to give Lil Wayne kudos for these next few bars. I mean, his brain and how it operates is so astonishing to me sometimes. Okay, so he has a line, "Military-minded, lost and can't find it." Like saying America is military-minded. And a common fact about many American soldiers is that after war, they lose their minds and suffer from post-traumatic stress syndrome. So I feel like this is him weaving in those lines with the lost and found idiom to say, America has lost its mind and can't find it. He goes on to segue from first describing America as this corrupt nation into a series of metaphors describing himself and how he's become as a result of coming up in this nation. Symbolically, America is like hell to him. I'd imagine the butterfly line came to him one day while he was outside looking around at all the unjustly activity, at all the sin, when a beautiful butterfly flew by, representing hope. Then he must have snapped back into reality right away when he began questioning his fate of whether or not he's gonna go to jail or die. Almost to say, regardless to the little spark of hope, those outcomes are way more likely in his case. I really like the "shooting stars in my pocket" line because despite the explanation others have given about it having to do with guns, I think it's another line about hope. It's like a ritual to see a shooting star and wish on it, right? So I think Wayne is referring to the money in his pocket as shooting stars. Like, look, I got the key to all of your wishes right here in my pocket. Especially since the following line is talking about a girl getting off his lap. Like, get out my pockets, get off my lap, get off my rocket. See? Lil Wayne is rubbing off on me. But seriously, who are the casual beneficiaries of a rich man's money? The hoes. I'm just saying. This is one of my favorite schemes in the whole song. Why? Because it starts off talking about giving head, then brings up the motive behind this sexual immorality, which is vanity. Like, we all know sex is what leads to reproduction, but majority of people don't engage in sex to reproduce, especially men. Like, today they exploit the act of sex to feed into their vanity. But unfortunately, he does this because what's appealing to him is not the love, is probably not the reproduction. As a matter of fact, those things that are supposed to be appealing are as appealing to him as the peelings of bananas underneath banana trees. You get it? He goes on with some amazing wordplay you've just gotta feast your mind on for a minute. And one of his last lines that really caught my attention was when he said, 2 fingers to my head, peace of mind. Not only was that a great play on the peace term, but it shows that through everything he's been through, sometimes he thinks the only way he'll find peace is to kill himself. In his finishing lines, I feel like his message is, since tomorrow's not promised, he's living it up today and passing the torch like a bouquet. The thing I like most about this song is it feels authentic. Granted, I'm not a big fan of Lil Wayne because a lot of his authenticity is a little too wild for me. I feel like in this he managed to satisfy both audiences. The people like me who love thought-provoking lyricism and enjoy peering into the enlightenment of others by way of song. But also for the people who just like mean wordplay and talk of sex, drugs, and money. You get all of that in this song. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give God Bless Amerika a strong 9. A little bit high, I know, but that's how much I'm feeling this song, especially after getting into the lyrics. I think it could be a 10 if remixed with a feature from, say, Jay-Z, another rapper who's figured out how to make the American dream work in his favor even after his dampened experiences on the other side of the coin. But yeah, that's just me. In addition, this song is passionate, deep, and speaks on behalf of so many, so it's definitely one of those that can stand the test of time. Tell me your rating though. And in closing, thumbs this video up if you liked it, subscribe if you loved it, but make sure you don't go until you leave your piece in the box below. Make sure you check out my last post where I did a full album review of Jay-Z's Magna Carta Holy Grail, and I was joined by a guest, CJ City TV. And thank you for stopping by Piece to Part Music. It's Miss Ruby, signing off.
Did you hear it?